Hey everyone, I just wanted to make another video, some helpful tips. This is basically a video on how to avoid scams on job sites. So like Indeed, Career Builder, Monster, Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter, whatever it is. There's a lot of scams out there. I know we have come to a season where we are probably going to be applying for more jobs again. I'm just basically letting people know how to avoid these scams. A lot of them can fit very, very well into like legit job posts. So these are some tips on how to spot them, so that way you can avoid getting scammed and basically having your time wasted. One of the first things that you can spot out is a lot of misspellings. So if you look at a job post and there seems to be a lot of errors, a lot of misspellings, that right there should make you wonder, okay, most people who are going to post a job post are going to make sure everything is correct, everything's accurate, everything's professional. Nobody's going to post a job with a whole bunch of misspellings. That makes no sense. Another thing is that sometimes they will call you immediately right after you apply for a job, or maybe an hour or 2 hours later. Now, keep in mind, sometimes legitimate jobs do call you the same day, especially if they're like urgently hiring. So I don't want you to reject a job just because they call you right after. I've had jobs before that actually call me the same day. Especially if you've ever worked at Amazon, most of the time you will get hired, or you're able to pick your orientation day literally the same day if there's an opening. So don't assume that just because they call you the same day, they're a scam. There's other things that you also want to look out for. Another thing they do too is that they might try to direct you to a whole nother website to apply. Again, some legitimate jobs do that as well because they have a certain process that they want you to go through if you go through their own website. So that's not necessarily always a scam. The number 4 is definitely a scam, that you can, like, something that you can definitely point out in a scam. So especially like, let's say you're trying to apply for a certain position, right? And let's say you know the average amount that job normally will pay you. If you see a job post where it's like triple times the amount, that will start to make you question, okay, is this actually a scam? Like, for example, let's say you're trying to be a CNA or something like that, and let's say in your area they're only paying $13 or $14 an hour for a CNA, and you're looking at this job post and it's saying you'll get paid $40 an hour as a CNA. That'll make you question, is this real or not? So that is definitely something that you want to look out for. And they always say per week. They never say every 2 weeks. It's always per week on how much you're going to get paid. Another thing is sometimes they'll start asking you for like personal information, like your social and mailing address. They shouldn't be asking you for any of those things until you've applied and until you've gotten an interview and they hired you. If you ever been to any job interview ever, they will not start asking you for that stuff until you get the job. So that's something that you definitely want to watch out for. Another thing too is that sometimes they will try to persuade you into applying by saying things like, we have a lot of people applying and the position will fill up fast, just to make you feel as if you have to apply. Whatever you do, don't do that. It's just definitely not worth the risk. We're going to go ahead and show an example of a potential job scam. A lot of them you can definitely find on Facebook. Like sometimes Facebook, they'll maybe offer jobs, maybe where they give you cash and things like that. But there's also a lot of scams on there too that you want to watch out for. Those are a little easier to find compared to Indeed. There's times where I've been on Indeed and I didn't even realize I was almost getting scammed until I had to think for a second, like, is this a scam? So like one of the posts that I actually want to show is basically this on Facebook. This is a post where someone is basically stating that you're going to be assisting passengers, you're going to be doing this and that. And going back to that part in number 4 where it says per week, they're saying that you're going to get paid $2,000 per week. Now, it doesn't necessarily say what kind of position this is. It just says like your primary duties, but I feel like this is a lot of money for only 7 hours per day, just doing like basic stuff, that people will do. I'm guessing this is in some sort of airport or train station or something like that. And as you can see, some people in the comments are saying that it might be a scam, or they said spam, but it's really like a scam or something like that. And notice how the person who's always posting it never seems to have a picture of themselves. It's always like a picture of a car or a picture of a celebrity or something like that. So that's something else that you definitely want to watch out for. So just some helpful tips to have in the future is one, make sure you read the entire job post. Don't just look at the numbers and how much you might potentially get paid. Some people will just look at how much they get paid and they won't even read the job description, and they'll just apply. Another thing is never give out your social, never give out your mailing address, never give out any of those things until you get a job, until you actually get hired. Like they give you the offer letter and everything else. You're not really supposed to be, actually, wait, I'm so sorry. They actually ask you for that stuff before you after you pass the interview process. But anyway, if you're trying to apply for like a job post, don't give them your social. They are not supposed to ask you for that stuff like until after the interview stage, and really until you meet them. Like most places, they know that you're not going to give your social like over the internet. That's just strange. Another thing that can also help you as well is to just stay within that site. If a job tries to tell you to go to a whole nother site, that right there may make you question, okay, this is just strange. Another thing as well that's really important is sometimes it's also good like because a lot of times if they do speak to you, they're going to tell you who they work for, what they're doing, things like that. And it's also best to take the time out to actually go and research that company that they work for, just to see if it's a scam, just to see if something's wrong with it. Another thing is that the cool thing about a lot of these job sites that you apply to jobs for, they have a lot of reviews on them. I definitely recommend to look at those reviews. If literally 900 out of the 1,000 of those reviews are saying that this is a scam, most likely it probably is. Also, of course, research similar positions and their salaries to compare with that job that you're applying for, just to see if it stands out and something strange about it. We already went over research the company the job is claiming you will work for. Look at reviews, of course. Avoid clicking on links that they give you, especially if it looks really strange. And also, ask them what you will. Also, this is very important too. Ask them what you will be doing in that role as well. A lot of scams tend to be disguised as something called like a personal assistant, administrative assistant, but they also can come in other forms as well. But I see a lot of scams in those types of positions as well. But yeah, definitely ask them what you're going to be doing in your role. And if they're very vague about what you're going to be doing, that's something else that you definitely want to look into. I had a situation at one point in time where I was almost scammed, where the person was saying that I needed to accept shipments at my house, or I needed to go and give gift cards. That's another thing you want to watch out for too, that I'll probably make another video about certain jobs to apply for, where they are like trying to tell you to do certain things in your role that sounds kind of sketchy, that most jobs won't tell you to do. I'll go over that in another video. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Definitely, tell me any potential scams that you guys witnessed. And please like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.